Yes, it is that time. You know what time it is. It's always 8:20. So thank you for joining me at this time of this day and in this moment. I do not reference the time on the clock, but I guess I'm referencing and hoping you can consider noting this time we spend together as just that. It is 8:20. And hopefully that means to you it's time to consider, refresh, reset on your personal definition on what resilience means to you. It kind of leads into the topic for today, the character of work. So even though to me it's an enjoyable process to put out another message every day on resilience, it's never ever for entertainment. It is for a shared education on this quality, on this grace that we all have within us, that I'm only asking each of us to bring out, bring forward into our presence. So when I talk about the character of work, I'm meaning the character of work of resilience. And that thing called resilience, as I have explained or outlined or described to you in the book and in each episode, there's a certain infrastructure that I offer to you for you to consider putting into your quiver, your rucksack, your briefcase, your back pocket that you can call upon and review each day. But that infrastructure is never, ever static. Yes, you have to build it, but yes, you have to maintain it. And that statement about the infrastructure of me, of you, of resilience, that applies to all models, all structures, all principles. Models, structures, principles, those are nice pieces of guidance and can serve as parameters. But like the resilience proposition I make to you each day, you can have nice stories, nice definitions, nice melodious words. But are they just for momentary entertainment? Absolutely not. Those words that I offer to you are for and pointed towards the action and the work before you start or embark on this journey. You probably have already started that movement forward in resilience, and now it must continue. Just as you and I were insisted to appear here, that work was done for you. That work was done for me. So, is it too much to ask for your contribution and active participation on a journey already presented and crafted out for you? To simply apply the effort, the work. To just take the guidance instilled and installed in you and in me. All you have to do is start digging, start uncovering, start asking those sincere, original, curious, and genuine questions of ourselves and of our Creator, to then get to some level of understanding or perspective or viewpoint or maybe even budding wisdom about where these questions lead you to. Not take you back to, but lead you to. So let me interject this that I got from Mr. Ryan Holiday on another writing about the Stoicism and his daily Stoic messages. This is about Ulysses S. Grant, West Point graduate, former president of the United States. Let me quote this. Quote, Grant understood this so-called menial work of selling firewood as just that, work. All he cared about was that he was making an honest living and providing for his family. Besides, status, high or low, is at best only temporary. It is crazy to think that a few years later, Grant would become General of the Union Army, and a few years after that, President of the United States. Yet, once again, Grant knew to refuse to let those high positions define him either. As Marcus Aurelius commanded himself, accept it without arrogance and let it go with indifference. Like Grant, he saw success and failure as meaningless, as imposters. A rock thrown in the air gains nothing by going up, he said, and nothing by falling down. What matters is who we are. What matters is the character we live by. Unquote. That to me is just simply put, simply defined, simply described. At the outset of this conversation, I posited to you the character of work, the character of resilience. Now, as I also mentioned before, each and every one of us have this inherent natural quality and grace called resilience. I went further to define it as a simple ratio or definition by saying resilience is just simply, and whatever you do, whatever you don't do, having more courage than vanity, having more courage than arrogance. Again, that's the top level definition. Good to have that as a starting point, but great words are nice. But it seems kind of weird, but though that definition, I hate to say it, doesn't define your resilience. Your resilience must be accentuated and further refined, not just defined, but refined by the work you do after those words have been accepted by you, have been adopted by you, have been refined by you, and put into action. Not just to talk about how wonderful the word resilience flows from your mouth. How does it get into your feet, into your hands, from your heart, in everything you do? That's the character of the work. Regardless of the applause or the heckles you get, the support or the resistance you experience, it comes right down to the character of your work, the character of you, the character of your resilience. Pay attention. Stay present. Stay current. Remember what I said at the beginning. You know what time it is. It is always 8:20.